I'm just curious if you saw that.
Hello.
Oh, that would be cool.
Jet, can you hear me?
That would be really cool. I'm sitting here getting started on the final meeting before fair right now. So, right now, and I will get back to you more prepared.
I think this, yeah, just check, make sure that one works or make it.
That would be super cool. We'll get started.
Joel sent a message and said he's gotta get some dental work or something, like he's not gonna make it.
Okay.
I don't know what that means, but he said he wasn't gonna make it. Don't think Denise sent a message. That looks like her.
Yeah, delivered.
No, that's my mom. That's my mother.
I'm still excited.
Now they're headlines.
What up?
Her hair is a different color.
Lori has a seat next to yours. Do you want me to message her really quick and see? Or
Oh, Joel's on.
Yeah, you
There
can.
was another person on too, I thought.
Joel, I think once Joel said he was in the Zoom in. Let us know if you can hear us, Joel.
I do not remember how this frickin' thing works. Am I in there?
Good hear ya.
doing perfect. Okay, I just messaged Elise. Joel's on, he can hear us, so we'll go ahead and get started. All we have is work session, so I don't think I really need to go through that whole shindig there. So we'll just start off with topics that we can kind of go down the line and just get this done pretty efficient.
Yeah, it's our last opportunity to touch in with everybody before it happens. So what I have is this flyer for you all, and this is kind of the tool we use to build our fair guide with the historian, and then it becomes kind of our handout for what we have. Goes over our sponsors on the top, admissions, the activities that are happening every day. The stuff that's got, specific times that it's happening on every particular day. The stage schedule, a list of the vendors, and that's the summary of it. But if we want to go through any of it piece by piece, we do have TLC of Fiber Federal, a division of Fiber Federal. They like their name being specific. They're going to sponsor the Kid Zone. We've got quite a few expenses for that between buying the toys that we bought and the corn pit and the bounce houses that we rent. And so that helps offset those costs.
So we have the corn, we have the thing to put the corn in, we have the water tables, the sand, like something like
All the
that.
stuff's on order.
Okay,
It's supposed to be delivered. I think the delivery dates were like the 18th,
Okay.
the 21st, so the stuff's coming.
Okay.
Raina did order the corn. I need to check in with her on what date it's supposed to be in, but that is lined up with her.
okay,
Blue Ribbon sponsors, we've got Pacific Power, and then the same 375 Park Avenue Spirits is giving us an alcohol sponsorship. So we have 2,500 from Park Avenue Spirits and 2,000 from Pacific Power. And then Linex is going to give us $1,000 to go towards community competitions. People Movers donated by NS Tractor from Case. Then the list below is all of our concert sponsorships.
How much did TLC sponsor? Is that
$5,000,
TLC sponsored 3 grand?
I think so, yeah.
Really? Okay. And then have we talked to John about how many extra tickets they're gonna want?
So he asked about the tickets being ready, we said they would be ready tonight, so they're all here. If we can, if any of these particular sponsors, you guys can dole them out to, if not, we'll coordinate to get the rest of them out, but. I asked him how many more he needed, he said it really depends on after he hands them out, how many more he needs, but he said 25 to 50 more.
Okay.
I
And,
know that Brett Estes wants to buy some more, and then we're gonna get them on sale to the general public
okay, when are we doing that?
last Friday.
Yeah,
It's something we're trying to get done.
Okay.
Soon.
okay. And then, skipping down here to the admission information just off this sheet. It says no outside food or drink. I just wanna make sure that we talk to security and other people that that does not apply to 4-H families.
Yes, I know that, and
Okay,
really, when we talk to them, every event says it, they need to say it.
yeah,
We told them our main concerns are folks that are bringing in alcohol. I mean, that's really the main.
Yeah.
concern. If people are bringing in water bottles.
yeah. I just wanna
Or
make
if they
sure.
have a cup of coffee or something, it's not a big deal.
Well, even if we have like 4-H families that aren't camping, that are parking down there and they wheel their wagon full of their lunches or whatever, like,
Yeah.
people can't afford to eat here all week if we're here all week, so we just wanna make sure that they can bring up their,
If we put it on there and hopefully it discourages people from bringing food and they can, buy food from the vendors that are coming to sit here all week. So-
yeah,
But again, we're not gonna be, cracking down hard. The main thing is just making sure that there's no alcohol coming in.
perfect. Just kept PTSD from a couple years ago. Okay,
Yeah, these are all just the same prices and everything that we had last year. It's just rolled over from the 1 year to this year. This is the majority of the stuff. I'm pretty sure we captured everything on here, but there may be some other little things that didn't get put on this list, but labels, dump tank will be done by the sheriff's office, mutton busting, mechanical bull, full pit, longhorns. We're gonna have a bunch of Legos, Civil War Council, cornhole, living curly, the Grounds Act. Face painting and characters are vendors, if they're kind of an entertaining vendor, so, put them on this list. Seth is gonna be doing stage shows, but he's also gonna be doing magic throughout the grounds. The photo booth, I did get the backup monster truck ride guy, so the original guy had canceled because of his insurance. Renewal. But I was able to book the guy that does the monster truck shows here to come out. It's a little different of a deal than what we had with the other guy, but we're still not paying out anything to have him here. With the exception that he requested, we provide him a porta potty just for him, because he's gotta be over there and he can't get away to the other restrooms.
Have we made arrangements to rent the field down so the.
Um,
Have we brought all their?
I mentioned it, but I don't think we talked about like a schedule or detail or anything. Dee Dee is the public works, foreman.
or woman.
So we coordinate that. I think every year we tend to get someone in here, whether it's public works or another contractor, that will come out and do it for us.
And you want the camping down here to get done too, right?
Well,
In the past, we've done the road, so it doesn't get dusty, we've done the road.
yeah, if you have some experience on what needs to be done.
Are you talking about watering? Oh, and Tom always is big river to water, usually down,
Yeah, it's,
so get the water.
it's been, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
Go for him.
I don't know how it works in the campground, but the road that goes into it, maybe
Yeah.
down in the campground.
That's fine, yeah.
That, the neighbors had requested we do the field with the monster truck riding, the trail that comes up. And then trying to think if there was another spot, but. Yeah, we'll make sure that we're wet down every couple days.
One other question. Job corps.
So
This is on.
it's. Just okay, yeah, so. Job Corps, I'm understanding that the person is going to be here running her booth and helping with the stuff, which she's uncertain about is how many students are gonna be participating throughout the week. I'm working with them to get 3 students to volunteer each day. She thinks that she will get it coordinated. She's got it out for signups with their students. But the coordinator's going on vacation until Tuesday, so she's gonna give me an update on Tuesday of how many of the shifts this are actually filled. But the goal that I am looking for from them is that they at least cover the inflatables that we have, because we need 2 or 3 people to be supervising those at all times while they're running. And we will have to transport them home at the end of the day. So that's something that's unfortunate, but it's what we've got to do to get the bodies here. We still will need to find folks for parking help though. Inflatables, we've got a giant slide and a obstacle course, and then we have the kids love bounce house for the little kitty stuff. The National Guard has 2 inflatables, one's a Jowson tug of war. He will not be able to be here on Wednesday though, so he's gonna be leaving in on Thursday morning. And then right next to him, the Army is gonna set up as well, and they're gonna have some equipment displays, some military equipment that they'll have staged up to take up a good chunk of area up above. Yeah, we can go over the map once we get through the schedule.
Do we want to on available daily add axe throwing and the chainsaw carving, just so then we have 2 more and it'll even it out at all, or
I mean, we can, I mean, really, this is more.
is this just
This
us?
is more of a flyer for us to have
Okay.
together. What we'll end up doing is making like a sheet for each day that it's hung at the.
Based off of
booth.
this?
But they are listed on the daily
The daily.
schedules.
Okay,
for
perfect.
When those activities are happening.
Okay.
Like I said, there's probably a dozen other little things that are happening as well that aren't captured on this available daily.
Okay.
Any questions on activities? Going to the daily schedules, axe throwing, marksmanship, which is air gun and archery. I came up with a schedule goal. They kind of doled everything out. I'll share those times with you, but Bill and I walked through and then Dusty from the Battle Mountain Archers walked through with us, and we've got a plan for laying out that area. Wednesday and Thursday, the reptile guy will be here, and then on Friday and Saturday, the shear to shawl will be in that spot. There's a live contest every day. Wednesday is flower arrangement, Thursday is scarecrow decorating, Friday is Sasquatch calling. Saturday is the cook-off. Watermelon contest and talent show on Wednesday, and the winner of the talent shows is entered into the state talent show, so. We're gonna share some stuff with like the local music scene groups, cause when I've posted looking for bands, they've been pretty on it. There's a lot of folks that are locals that wanna play at the fair and you put it on there. Some of them, it's like, I don't know if you really fit the fair, so, you know, you really want a family friendly type of performance at the fair. But it might be something that these groups might be interested in doing one song at the talent show.
The only problem with that is on the application, it says you cannot have been paid or something like that.
Yeah. For the talent show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You cannot have been paid to perform at any point or something like that, so that might stop them.
For like ever, or just for the fair, at the fair?
No, ever.
For being a musician.
Oh. Joel message you.
Oh. How windy does it get? I mean, the evenings are windier. I couldn't tell you necessarily if it's gonna be something that's gonna be funky, but, this whole area gets a little windy in the evenings often. Right here it gets really windy.
Yeah.
And the chainsaw carving will be going 4 shows each day. Lindsay, I need to check in with her, but it appeared that she had folks lined up to deliver the wood. The shavings are, I didn't look up there today to see if they delivered a load today, but they're supposed to be delivering them throughout this week. 4-H.
Isn't that public law?
The unique stuff on Saturday, the car show, then they're doing the Pinewood Derby race. They got a game plan to put together the Pinewood Derby cars throughout the week. Not clear from Wes what time the actual Pinewood Derby race will be, but it'll be sometime during the car show, which is from 10 to 3 p.m. And then the barbecue, beef barbecue on Saturday, and then the concert on market auction on the concert on Saturday night.
And we do not have a pig roast on Tuesday,
We're
correct?
not.
Okay.
We talked about it several times, but recall the last time we mentioned the subject, it was, well,
Yes.
beef barbecue's coming back.
Yep.
We don't really have the fair on Tuesday, but
Yep, I just wanna make sure, cause I know, I don't think that we've put anything out there that just said, hey, we're not having it, so there's
Yeah.
been some people that aren't in this conversation that wouldn't know.
right.
So sometimes a lot of 4-H families will plan their dinners and they plan that as one of them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Wednesday, oh yeah, this next one is the stage schedule. The highlighted ones were just things that were updated between when we got the first draft, we got Soren and the final draft for them. So we have a full set here, with mostly local bands, so that's good. There's typically about a half hour in between each one of these performers so that they can get on the stage and off the stage. And then Mike Breed is doing the voice of the fair and he'll be MC, he'll be making announcements and stuff in between those times.
You have posters for those Hispanic groups?
That's something that we're trying to work on. I know we need to get them out. We were gonna put together an English draft and then send them over to the fella that helps us with that, to help us get some translation.
Okay.
But if you have a resource for that also, we could send them to you.
If you send me posters, I can get them on Facebook with a lot of Hispanic people, so hopefully we can get some people to this.
Yeah, that's the goal. We gotta get it out to them. Yeah, and helping with the translation piece is definitely key, because I don't. I would know it right or wrong.
All you have to do is put it through AI
Yeah,
and it'll translate it for you, but I can have my husband help you with it.
Yeah.
Or help you, he's interested.
portable speaker, did we do anything with that for Rascal Rodeo, being able to have that mic guy come over there and have?
so
Any-
there is a full sound setup in there the whole week for all the shows.
Okay,
There's sound going in there. He had sent me, I asked him last night for his tentative schedule coming in. He sent me a sound needs thing. I haven't responded to it yet, but he definitely have outdoor arena option. Turkeys, chickens, and then he had another one on there too, sound needs, and then he had a couple of spare speakers as well that he was gonna bring. Was going to thing.
okay,
Yeah, food, a full food court. Brandon's concession is 2 booths, he's doing baked potatoes and grilled cheese, chimney guy, Coastal Smash. If you need me to explain what.
yeah, I don't think we need to go through any of those, I think we're good.
Copper Kettle does kettle corn and boba tea, curry and cocoa is local Thai food truck, Dippin' Dots, fryer and ice is. Like funnel cakes and shaved ice. Josh will do concessions during the concert. ML Express, Monte Albon, Pronto Pup, Drinks by Rob, Starlight is elephant ears and lemonades. Sweet Magic is cotton candy, Realm Roasters. Is coffee and then Tony's Beach Boats, I think is like fried sweets.
They're like hamburgers, hot dogs, they've got tacos.
Okay. Yeah, so there's some good variety. Just looking through this quickly.
I don't think I've been doing.
I mean, there's really only 4 of them that I would classify as more like a suite vendor. I mean, granted, a lot of them are selling something that is sweets, but last year we had several vendors, but it's like 50% of them were selling sweet type stuff. And so we tried to make sure we had good diversity on that. And then this is our long list of retail vendors. And we did get a call from Providence this week that asked if there was room to get them a book. We said, we can't make any promises. We'll try to find.
Maybe first aid.
Right.
First aid back up.
But then I also pitched them the sponsorship because we get the sponsor. If they're willing to step up and go to the sponsorship level, we'll certainly find a spot for them. So I need to wrap up that conversation. So
Who reached out?
I'd have to look it up.
Okay, so that works for all that. Is it Alana?
The messages are coming in faster than I can. Or not. Sure.
She's one that I had reached out to see if she would be, and if they'd be interested in doing and helping with the first aid booth, so might mention that. Okay, so I think we're good. I think that's all we need to go over for vendors and all that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the schedule, I mean, that's pretty much the meat and potatoes of there. Besides all of the logistics that are associated with that.
and the kids. Okay, parking and security will go down the list. I just will update you with what Elise said really quick. She said for parking, she met with Tom. They compromised on how much length they need for space between rows. They haven't heard back from Astoria High School for volunteers yet. And she is working with Open Class for baskets. So that was her update. Part of it is Open Class, the other is parking. So sounds like parking is,
Yeah, we came up with a plan, I mean, we didn't like lay it out, but we came up with some spacing. We ordered a bunch of signs. So we got a pretty good idea of what we're gonna do with that. We just need to have a team together to work on it, like. Try to get over and some of that, and is pending on. When Nathaniel gets the field mode.
Are you gonna do cones at all?
If you guys have cones that you can use, that was great. We have maybe 50, so. More than 50 would be good. I think I just ordered 20 more, so maybe we have more like 60 or 70, but. Cones would be great. Do you guys have any piles of tea sticks?
A lot. I don't have very many. They're really tall. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I say we ordered a bunch of signs that should help a lot. And then we got another gentleman that applied for one of our seasonal positions. We have, we try to hire 2 that work all summer and then 2 that work just so we can compare. A gentleman came in that was with the temps before, and he was actually one of the decent temps that took care of quite a bit for us. Last year, he basically worked the entire week in the parking lot. And, he did pretty good until it was just too much for him to do by himself, so.
Was it
We're-
older guy?
Yeah, older guy with long hair.
Yeah.
Again, he's not moving fast, but he's showed up every day and he's a body down there. And so between him and having somebody from TCB all the time, then trying to find volunteers to fill in the rest of the duties. We've got a good start, but we do need some more bodies to help with the department. So we went through the process and we're ready to make it an offer. I just need to go through the HR stuff, get his background check done.
Good luck with that. It's forever.
It's been good.
Better start now.
Security, talked about doing a security meeting on Tuesday. And so. I was gonna talk to the fire chief and the sheriff's department about it, but that phone call I got when I was walking in was the fire chief telling me that he was just sent out onto a wildfire, so he's got a backup in the department, so I'll touch base with her. Try to get her out, and we'll try to set a time for sometime on Tuesday to have a.
29.
But yeah. the day
Then you're-
before, the Tuesday before, yeah, and it will be, it's not, it's gonna be like a 20 minute type of. Everybody meets each other, we talk about the plan, talk about radios, talk about incident response and stuff like that. But that's the first day that Tammy, the head security, goes locally on site. So we could do something prior, but it would be a virtual call, but she should be on site on. Said Tuesday at the latest, she may be here on Monday. She'll be coming straight from the Washington Fair, she'll be here. Yeah, concert, we did have a concert meeting, the advance is coming from Romeo, we've got some details. He's just emailed me in between unhooking my computer and bringing everything in here, so might have a little bit more details, but we've got most of the information we need specifically for Rodney. What we still need is some of the details on Thomas Mack and on Gabby. But we have a tentative schedule going. We worked on a layout. Kind of laying out where the restrooms are out there, figuring out how much fencing we needed. We had Brittany at the meeting and chatted through the stuff that she's gonna help with. We do have a bus. The ROM was likely going to be doing the merch. They asked if we could help them with a merch vendor. Somebody to run the booth. I think the only really outstanding question was on the stage from us.
Yeah, so I've got Coast Guard coming in for sure Friday morning to set up and tear down. The Thursday piece is what I'm just still waiting on. He should be able to know tomorrow.
Okay.
The other thing that is secured is 9 holes for 3 to 4 people, that Friday at 2:30. So that is secured with Zach at the country club.
Okay, could you send me a contact and I'll forward that on to Eric?
Yes, they are doing it for free. They're just hoping that maybe he would sign maybe a couple things and call it good.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
I figured that probably would be a pretty easy thing to try to get done.
Yeah. Astoria Country Club.
On the, I was unexpectedly out of town, feeling like a very injured family member. But before I did that, I was handing out the flyers and Army said that they're up for, they usually do concert, I think, help and,
So
yeah.
you're talking with Bailey?
yeah.
So yeah, I had a message from her today.
Okay.
I need to respond to her. Before our last meeting, we were thinking back forth, so she's with the Miss Clatsop County.
Oh, is that,
That's who she's bringing to Bailey is a leader prior Miss Clatsop County, and then she said, I think they could bring 3 people. She just needs us to tell her for sure that we want her to come. So I think we determined that last. I have not yet, but we've had some conversations, but it's okay. Confirm with her.
said whether they did tickets and, or entrance and concert.
It was just the concert and.
Oh, concert.
So
Okay.
everybody piles up
Yeah, yeah.
waiting before, and then we try to scan as many people as quickly as possible.
Gotcha.
For the folks that are pre-bought tickets, and
So
trying to get them in as quick and get the line cleared out.
for entry, what we'll do is we'll have two different lines. We will have a VIP area, which I've got my staff from the bank that kind of helps get all those people in. Those people are most of the time like well-known and we are able to grab them and see them and pull them in, as well as hopefully having their badge on. The other line is where Miss Clatsop and a couple of our people will jump over and help scan tickets. The one thing we want to make sure is when you do talk to her that we want them to stay there at least a couple songs into Rodney.
Sure.
Because that's what's happening is you'll just get a flood of people after the fact just coming in. So we want them to stay through Thomas Mack right there, and then they need to stay there for at least the first 2 songs of Rodney.
Okay.
And if you wanna shoot me her contact, I think I've talked to her before. Huh? Yeah,
My daughter was Miss North Coast last year, so if you want me to call her, I can.
okay. Yeah, if you wanna call her and just say, hey, we'd love to have you guys,
And I can hang out with them if you want to.
that'd be awesome.
Cool.
I have a show at 5 o'clock and then I'm done for the night
That's perfect.
that I
That'd be
run.
good. I know, like Mallory was saying, one of the issues it's like, and last year I think did go better because we did have the security there also helping and they were able to sell tickets. But I know the year prior, it was like, as soon as the music started,
Yeah.
there was just this big hole there and anybody could get in.
Yeah.
And then I'm up there like trying to get up there as quick as I could, but there was a good 10 or 15 minutes where there was nobody standing there.
Did you want, to maybe have you or someone actually say you're gonna let them know when they can go, so that they don't have to make that decision? So, and then you can decide if like.
Well, I think if
I'll-
she's there, she's capable of doing that.
Yeah, and I can stand there the whole concert, I don't care,
But
with the
yeah,
girls.
so the two components with that admissions piece to talk about, so for the VIP, we do intend to wristband them this year. So when they're coming through with their badges, we'll need to be putting wristbands on them. And really the main purpose of that is to prevent folks from just taking their badge off and handing it through the fence and letting other people come around and go in. Because I think that's been an issue in the past. And then at the other side, we hand stamp people that come in so that they can re-enter. We want people to be able to leave if they want, go by food or whatever and come back in. So we definitely need folks hand stamping and checking hand stamps and wristbanding the other side. Yeah, and then I know I haven't discussed it with you, but for the opener for Jack Your Door, we booked with Cruise Bros for $2,000. They're up and coming band and it's a pretty decent price. They're routed through the area. I think we're playing Thursday in Redmond and Friday and Jamboree and Saturday here and Sunday. So they're playing 4 nights in a row, boom, 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 all over the Pacific Northwest. So they could end up being a pretty big band. So we can but we sang first. But that's all free admission. It's going to be very low maintenance for us. It's just gonna be some extra security to make sure there's crowd control and that's about it for that show. Any other questions or concerns on concert?
I know last year for the reserve or for the stage area, not VIP.
Yeah.
You made a note or communicated that it was limited seats or something like that. Is that communication going out?
It's the same wording as
Okay.
on when you buy the ticket.
Yeah.
It says there's limited
Oh,
seats
okay.
there, bring your own.
Got it.
Or something like that.
Okay.
That was a question though, that the equipment rental guy asked was if we wanted to rent any chairs from him. I think we established last year though that they cover it all with the chairs we have. Do you recall a number on how many chairs we put out in the VIP or?
I wanna say we didn't put more than 100, do you remember, Kristen, like 150? I don't think we had more than 200 chairs altogether,
Okay,
if I remember right.
I think we have. I don't know, there's a weird sound going on there, but there's no one that's here.
Sounds like.
I mean, between our folding chairs, I think we have 4 racks of these and they hold 48 apiece. So that's staying there 200 alone, and then we have a whole mess of plastic ones that don't fold. I think that's another.
We need some seats to probably rent us some.
Well, they could, but the guy that we rent. And does all the sound around and does all this, he's bringing in 40 tables that we have to rent from him. So if we need chairs, it's ideal to just use him
Yeah.
because he's already trucking them out here. But I think we got to the point where we figured out that we didn't. I think we might have, because last year was the first year we scaled down. I think we might have rented them, but I don't know if we even used them.
I think we might have used a handful of them in the. Cause they're white, right?
They're brown. There was some white ones that they had in 2 years ago that we had under this tent. But the ones they had brought last year were all brown.
In front of the stage.
Yeah,
Okay. I think we have enough.
yeah.
I don't think we need to, cause
Well, and the.
We've said
the
bring your own
volume of
chair.
Folks in the VIP is going to be less. Right now, we're
Yeah.
at 325, 330.
not a lot of people,
Whereas last year it was like 600, so.
yeah.
And we're at the same level. We're rating about 58,000, I think, which is right about where we were last year.
Okay, have we had a conversation with Rob?
Yeah.
And what did he say?
Regarding the ticket, the head count.
Yeah.
He said he would need to know by next Friday. He needs to
Okay.
have a solid idea. And I mean, we'll obviously go up a little, but I told him it's not, we're at this now and said it's likely not going to be 600. It could be 400 or a little more. I said, when do you need a final head number by? And he said, by the Friday before would be. It's
Okay.
And so, we'll make room for folks that will want to buy tickets that we go.
And did we get the tent back from FFA?
They brought it back on Sunday without the stakes, and then she brought the stakes back today.
Okay,
So
perfect.
when she brought it, the first thing I did was go there and courier.
Yeah,
Because that's not one that you want to be scrambling with
no,
on Thursday.
no. And for the concert, Matt has agreed to help with the tent, which is huge. He
Yeah.
knows it inside and out. He will have a couple people helping him. Tony will be there. He will have the American flag. He will have the lights on it. And he will help with setup as well. He knows it in and out,
So
so.
they did get a light planned out for it this year.
Yes.
Great. And we took a generator up there last year and it ran until it ran out of gas every night, but at least there was a light on it.
Yes,
Um, we'll just wanna meet and go over what we've talked about for kind of the changes in the layout with the restrooms and, using the barricade panels, but.
and
that's
do we
something-
need any other panels from Tractor Supply?
I don't think so, I did account, the one thing that I didn't account for though was, this area back here. That blocks off from the
Mhm.
back of the food court across the here, or back of the horse barns.
Yeah, okay.
I don't recall if we used panels in the past for construction fence. I know we've done
I
it
thought
both
we,
ways.
yeah, I think we've used
I
construction.
feel like last year we had enough panels that we were able to do it
Yeah,
because we had so much barricade to use. But if we're gonna have to give up those panels for them to set up for the beef showing, then we may have to do construction fencing there.
okay,
One of the other things that we figured out is going to help us, granted they're heavy, but there's probably 8 of the galvanized beef panels
mhm,
that are left over after pen setup. And we were only talking about needing to get about 10 panels to fit what they need. And then there was also some other discussion about it'd be much better for me to just pull them out. If I could only find it. Okay, yeah, this will work. So they were gonna go from here all the way to over to here and then around to this area here. And so have the animals go in this door and have them come out this door and go back, but if we just go like to here and have them come in and out this gate, that would save some panels.
I don't think they're gonna want them going in and out the same gate.
Yeah. So, but I mean, it really depends on
I
how
wouldn't think
much,
so.
it depends on how much, panels we have available.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is like, if we need more, then we need to figure that out, so we can get more.
Well, I think what we talked about, because I was talking yesterday, because if they're gonna have the bleachers there, you know how they usually sit for the horse show? Well, they're gonna do the pictures at the back of the bleachers there, I believe. That's where they're gonna put the banner for the market pictures.
On the,
Back of the bleachers,
out here,
where the horse bleachers are,
For the beef,
for the beef, for the pictures. That's where they're gonna do the pictures.
so are they coming outside of the panels to take a picture?
So I think the panel will have to the panel will run across to the side of the bleachers, so.
Okay,
And then they'll have, so when they're coming out, then they'll have lots of room to, you see what I'm
good,
saying?
yes,
It's not just a bottleneck there, cause they'll come out and have to stand there, have their picture taken.
yes,
And then the other one can be going in, so that'll be kind of like maybe the holding area, they'll have
Yes.
it blocked off, because that's what, I said, just bring the things over to the end of the bleacher,
Well, and that,
on this side.
yeah, and so that wash rack that's there, they can open up that, instead of trying to go in and out that man gate, they can open up that whole
Yeah.
gate, swing it out,
Yeah,
and then, okay,
yeah, that would give
And
more.
then what we
Yeah.
were gonna work on was at least taking the panels we have, they'll be stockpiled on the back by these
Hmm.
tires. And then we're gonna extend at least over to this part. So then this is the gate. So
How you
we'll
gonna
get,
secure them?
what's that?
They're the stand ones, they've got the
They have
stands.
stands and then we've also got, they're also T-staked in with the stands. So there's a section here that's been up
That's, yeah.
for, I mean,
Forever.
they've been up since I was here.
Yeah.
And the blackberries might be holding them
Yeah.
up some as well. We do have this, a whole bunch of ecology blocks that if we need this to shore something up, we can tuck something in there to get them sturdier. So they're gonna, I don't know if they're gonna come from this corner to the back of the bleacher, or if they'll just come straight across here to the side of the bleacher. And then have a row that either connects to this fence or makes a loop and goes in and out, but if that's gonna be for them to establish what is workable for them.
I think that would work, that would be, like, if they're gonna do the pictures there.
Yeah, I did the layout and it's one thing to draw everything out on a aerial photo and try to figure out the footage. But I had come up with a chart of how many panels we have versus how many panels I think we need for the concert. And
Mhm.
said at the time, it looked like they needed 9 more. But then there was a couple of other things that I thought could save us a little bit more of panel, because we used to go like make this big loop and come across.
Mhm.
I think if we just go straight across here,
Yeah, but isn't there seating right there in the bar?
the bar is like another 40 feet this way.
I know, but isn't there seating all the way out there, isn't there?
Cause the beer used to be right there on the
I don't
end.
think so. I
There
don't
used
think
to be
there
a
has
beer
been.
trailer on the end.
Last year we put a food cart right here.
Yeah,
Oh, there was a food truck there, yeah.
And so without the food truck there, this goes straight across and
okay,
that will buy 4 or 5 panels alone. And then depending on how this layout goes, going from this fence corner all the way to the stage. Or going from this all the way to the divider that comes up that way.
okay.
And then we need 6 panels for the Longhorns as well, which wasn't in my area, but it was laying out.
And what about, the ones from, not Chris,
Corey,
Lori?
I sent Corey a list of what we needed, it was like, it's 360 feet for the front, and then it's another. It was either 200 or 300 for the concert to go
Okay.
from the stage up and around there. But I sent it to him, I talked to him about it on the 4th of July, and he said, just let me know, and then I sent him the list this weekend of what I need. He hasn't responded to my email yet, I left him a voicemail, so just need to connect with him, but. I talked to him on the 4th of July about it,
Okay,
it's there, he has the equipment,
okay,
I'm sure he's in his busy season, just like everyone else is right now. So it was to buy some fencing for the front of the stage, around the sound, and then to build some tall construction fencing to divide this in half, and then go across the back here. To secure this area for the axe throwing and archery and pellet gun stuff.
okay. Alright, so we are good on schedule, we're good on security and parking, we're good on vendors.
The main thing, so this is the vendor layout map, there's a couple of things that will probably shift. I know I talked with Raina about her being in this area. So that will move, this is an old version of the map, but, because this was the only one I had that had the whole property. This isn't the same map you're looking at in front of you, it's, that has the vendors, but having Raina up here buy some space, this is the women in timber with their dump trailer sandbox thing. And then Recology there. What we found between one of the vendors that couldn't pay, she ended up canceling because she said her credit card had been stolen and she couldn't make a payment, she wasn't coming to pay. Weird, like, there's some weird stuff with vendors that we've learned over the years. we may be able to just shift all of the vendors, these group of vendors, these three came from here, and have them all fit in this area. We'd leave the 4-H biz kids over here because that's where they wanted to be. These will all remain. But what I need to lay out is the power. So this is all laid out where everything fits.
Is there
What there
room?
might have to be, and it's not necessarily the retail vendors that I'm concerned about, it's. Does the power work for all of these food vendors? One or a couple of these may have to ship to a different spot depending on what power they need. So that's one of the tasks that we've got to finish laying out.
Is there room, so that 24, 25, 26, 27? That's in the inside of the building. Can the 18, 19, 20 be moved across from the 17, 16? Right there?
So right here,
Yeah,
maybe. That's not something I had considered or thought about. There is a generator that's right
it's
there,
further back.
so potentially
But they don't, and they're not gonna, what day were they gonna come in?
they're gonna be coming in on Thursday.
Oh, not until third, oh,
No, or
no,
on Tuesday, sorry.
because Tuesday, right, remember right outside there will do the flower
He's
arrangement.
gonna do the flower arrangement in this tent.
Our group, arches, 4-H's?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't remember three, okay,
That was the discussion that I
Oh.
had with Brooke and George
oh, okay.
and Katrina. There was
Oh, that's gonna,
coordination
that's gonna
between-
throw everybody off, everybody's gonna go the wrong spot, I was gonna put signs,
We'll announce
Yeah.
the.
morning
Yeah,
thing,
morning
yeah,
meeting.
okay.
Well, it will be a much, I think it'll
I think
be a
that's a
better
way better
space for
spot.
you.
Yeah, it will be at least in a tent and it's not baking all the kids.
Yeah, it could not.
And then it will make,
Okay.
this gets so clustered.
It does, that's what I was, that's why I was like, yeah,
So hopefully moving forward, this can be something that works out well and we'll do it there
Okay.
every year.
yeah, well, yeah, okay.
But yeah, the two that I'm mostly concerned about power are the ones for Brandon's concessions. Cause I know they need a 50 amp power. The sound guy needs 3 50 amp powers. And so just making sure that it's the folks that need to have their own designated, basically direct flow back to the pole with 50 amp, to sort out. And it's usually only if they have some type of refrigeration piece with their unit, or the coffee folks typically need to have a lot more power. So we'll dial that in. I know these guys will be good there. I'm pretty sure they will be good there. He's gonna be good there. He just needs 2 plugs. Anyways, this is something that we have to dial in. Some of these particular vendors may shift to a different spot.
Okay, and
We
are we
have 2
marking,
weeks to work on that.
are we marking out their spots like with any sort of like
Yes,
chalk
so
or anything
what-
like that? What's the day that we're doing that?
We will need to have that all marked out on Monday.
Okay,
We did chalk in the past and that burnt us because it drizzled the night. And then we were out there using blocks and cones to mark them out. So we need to get something that's not gonna do chalk. As we can
Can
be
you use the
absolutely
parking
certain.
lot cones for?
Yeah,
For the cones, you said you got like 50 or something like that,
yeah.
that help.
well, those will be in the.
Traffic paint?
It-
There won't be much, you wouldn't need enough, you stay for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you'll want
we-
the parking
I think
lot
what
set
we
up.
ended up doing that one year is we used like all the blocks from the giant Jenga. And we laid them all out and marked them. Because we were like,
Yeah.
"That's gone." We might look and just buy some more
Did you say
like the
traffic paint?
soccer type.
Will that
cones.
just come off
Oh,
easy then? So do we have traffic paint? Can we do, that's a good idea.
We could get some water-based traffic paint.
Do you guys have any that we could just use?
Well, I mean, it costs money.
Yeah,
It's county, isn't it?
I mean, we can get paint and. We have some, I just don't know if it's water-based or if it's the permanent, because they have 2 different versions.
Well, I'm sure they would know.
And they also, well, it goes on the can, I just don't know what we have.
Okay, I would suggest us doing that.
Yeah, they also have some like marking chalk that is more rain resistant. That they use for doing, look, it's almost like a paint, but it's like a spray and chalk. We can look into,
We have marker paint.
you know. Some of them are easy, like these ones here that are all on the grass, we can mark the paint in the grass
Yeah,
where their spot is. I wouldn't wanna put too much paint out in the middle of the parking lot, but, we could play with it. We will definitely be coming up with a plan. One of the things we could get, that I've seen a lot of other events do, is like the soccer type ones. They're not really a cone, it's more like a little flat disc. That sits on the ground and we can mark on those with them.
Okay,
So are
We could have those bricks.
Yeah,
Let's use those. They're even got corners.
yeah.
are the spaces the size of the parking lot spaces
No, not quite. No,
bigger?
they are. I think a space is like 9 feet usually, and then the booths are 10 by 10. It's thrown off pretty quick.
okay.
We haven't heard too much from the vendors yet. We're tracking down all of their insurance and making sure that everybody's submitted it. And we have a big chunk of it. There's always some stragglers. We've got to get vendor packets together as well. So that stuff is coming. This week so far has been focused on getting the packets together, and then dealing with the couple of straggler campers. But we gotta get the camping packets ready for Monday pickup. And then we'll be needing to get the vendor packets. I mean, the vendors pick their packets up when they show up on that Monday, so. The next one is the camping packets, and then we'll be on to vendor packets.
Okay. Advertising, you got all the sponsorships, all that done, we'll get signs started going.
Yes, so, we have more yard signs. If you all could take the rest of them out and get them distributed out, that would be great for us, and then we can get some flyers for you guys to take as well.
Okay.
We've got lots of radio ads going.
As far as your sign and flyers, so, what I was thinking might be helpful is everybody like provides a list of where they put them. A couple things, just to make sure next year you were like, whether that was successful or not, like make sure we hit some of those same places. Maybe they could just email you guys and our list, if that makes sense.
I have mine, I just did it for them at the liquor store in Grandma's, so I got Gearhart area.
Yeah, I did a bit of Warrenton before the 4th of July parade, just to try to get some attention there. And then, I don't know, there's some activity on Rants and Raves about some concert that's happened recently.
Yeah,
And there was some sort of flyer, or, I don't know if you read about it.
I don't follow the rants and raves page, because I don't need that in my life.
Anyway, there was just a slight comment about, and there wasn't any fair concert flyers up. It was a positive, because I think the flyers was some sort of. It's
Yeah.
It's that Jackie Roar concert probably, or
No,
whatever.
No.
it was Becca Shea.
Or Becky Shea, that's what I meant.
And
not
they've been
the
up
other
for the
one.
last 6 months.
Yeah,
right.
And that
And
was
so I think,
weird.
yeah, and so I think that's the idea is like,
Yeah.
if we have a list of where things have been placed, then we can also take responsibility for taking them down. After the event, so that we,
Yeah.
have clean up our mess kind of thing.
It would be good to have someone hit Swenson, Clatskanie. Clatskanie is a good spot for us to hit that with our signs up, if we can still draw them in.
My
Hit those.
husband drove Big River this morning and put one in Westport when he was going through and one
Nice.
in Napa.
Nice. There's a lot of businesses in Clatskanie that have their poster boards, and they're like outside of their lobby, so you don't even have to go into the dang business to hang a flyer up. Yes, if you guys could help with that, though, that's very time consuming, and we can do a team effort on it, would be helpful.
I don't know, did you ever have a list before of like where they went to people like,
No,
because some are really receptive, right? Like,
Yeah.
Plutano's in Warrenton, and of course.
especially this far out, if you're going, 2 months before, or even 3 weeks before, in some of the businesses, they're like, come back a week before we do it. But some of them don't care. Some of them you have to go in there and be like, well, those 5 events happened a month and a half ago, you tear them down and figure sign.
It was,
Spot.
I went to the campground and it was one of the volunteers, I think, for the Old Port Stevens. She's like, can you put up my concert? advertising?"
Laundromats, laundromats.
Yeah,
And was
Yeah, I think there's a lot of-
Yeah, it's a good idea.
I think I don't think there's really any place that has like denied it. So,
Well, I asked at Dollar General and it was like, my manager's not here, you know, that's right on the highway.
yeah,
So
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
you
go, I'll
can
go
leave
back.
it, yeah.
I'm gonna go back.
Couple of
Yeah.
convenience stores were a little funky about it. One of them was trying to get me to give them tickets to the concert. I didn't really-
Geez, is that the one I wanted?
Oh, it was in Seaside.
Yeah.
The liquor store dispensaries, they were like, it's gotta be like a week before.
Oh,
I
okay.
said, don't come in, but I have heard feedback from folks before that they've come in and like bought tickets and they're like, oh man, I just found out about this. And I'm like, oh, where'd you find out about it? Like, it was hanging up in the dispensary. I'm like, okay, well, I've heard it from multiple people.
Interesting.
Apparently people that are going to
That's
the
lots of panic.
dispensary or
Final
looking for
liquor
entertainment.
store in Deerhart, because my husband takes care of that property, so.
Okay, yeah, if we could
Yeah,
each
that.
grab some, I'll take some down to Cannon Beach area,
8 by 11, 11 by 17.
I can come by and get them tomorrow too, so you're fine.
I can do a stack. You guys are here.
Yeah.
For tonight.
it's already, it's full print, right?
8.5 by 11.
Would you guys rather have full size sheets or 8.5 by 11 sheets?
I think the full size sheets kind of come off better. I think.
Yeah, it's just, in some situations, it's tough
Good to
to
have all-
find a location that they can go into.
Okay, thank you. When do we think we can get those tickets posted?
The VIP ones?
Yeah.
I will shoot to try to get them done tomorrow. Today was
That's fine.
almost entirely consumed with
That's fine.
reviewing the fair guide for the historian.
Yeah, if we can get those posted by tomorrow, please, that'd be awesome. And then, can we do any sort, and maybe there was, and I don't remember it, but during auction, is there any way to do like a mobile bar, like right outside, if you wanna bring that, I don't know. Like either right outside where we're checking people in and they're getting their bidder numbers right out there, like, no,
Here or here?
no, where they get their bidder numbers,
They
right?
do-
I don't know where they-
Right in
Right
that T,
No.
right in that L,
They do it right inside the
Right
front
there.
door now. They do it inside.
yeah. So is there a way to do like a mobile bar type of thing right there? Hey, you know what, I know we are fronts, all right?
Getting people drunk, so they'll.
That's the freaking.
What we do have is that we are not licensed to sell alcohol, to have alcohol inside of the building.
Yeah, they can't have alcohol in the bar.
But they could have a little thing out there as they get their numbers and
They
they're
could be out front.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Right now, they're set to be right here, but if that's gonna be a spot where they will do whatever is going to.
Where are they set to be?
Right here.
Well, yeah, by the stage, but I'm just thinking like on that day, like on
Yeah.
Saturday, just set up a little,
It's basically just a rolling cart.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I can.
Cause people are gonna be sitting there in line, waiting to get their bidder number, chit chatting.
That is exactly the type of information that OBS would love to have,
Okay.
but,
And they're actually, then also the barbecue will be going on right there.
Yes, exactly.
it does need to be well,
Yeah,
marked
Yeah.
they're gonna be,
that,
yeah, they're kind of gonna,
No,
yeah.
booze inside the
that
bar.
there's no booze inside the
Take-
barn. Yeah, they can't take their drinks inside. They
Yeah.
can't have their stuff where it's predominantly children.
But this one's gonna be, they're gonna cut all the meat out.
Story says no anyway. I didn't hammer.
Oh.
So you're
Oh,
at, you're at the door or you're already.
But for-
They are roaming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
they have alcohol monitors that are running the whole time, but then
Yeah.
the
But they.
beverage companies have.
Oh, okay.
But then we have security that's running the whole day as well.
After.
Oh, that was a shit show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Um,
What time is that
The auction
start
starts at 4.
checking in?
Oh, those, probably 2.
that's what I was gonna say, yeah.
Ted will probably, yeah, well, it's, yeah, usually a couple hours. Ted will start.
But it wouldn't be a bad idea to be set up there prior while the beef barbecue's going on either.
Yeah, that's why I said the beef barbecue starting at noon or
Yeah.
1, and then, oh, I see what you're saying.
I'd,
And then,
I'd have them start at like noon.
cause they're gonna, then Ted will probably be, and they do it inside, cause it's, everything blows away, so they sat inside, right inside the front doors. Here, on those set of doors, cause they're never open,
Yeah,
and then they're not in the scorching sun either, and their stuff doesn't blow away.
Yeah.
Okay. Pacific Power will be set up with their proof like they were last year.
Mhm.
I don't know if that impacted that area at all.
No.
But
I
then
didn't know
Public
they were
Works
there
has
last
got a
year.
proof also because they're doing some outreach for one of their funding projects. But we can move them literally anywhere if we find out that there's a better spot. Cause they're just there that day doing that outreach.
Who is
if
it?
it's
Who is
blocking
Public Works.
Public Works,
That's-
it's not.
I did order bubbles and airplanes.
It's not, I don't think it's any of your staff, I think it's.
I
the
think that I was
consultant.
supposed to go, but
Yeah.
I did get things to give away.
I know, I was trying to convince them to stay as many hours as possible. Yes, that's good information for OBS though. And when I talked with the alcohol sponsor today, you know, they already stepped up last year they had 500, this year they had 2,500. He said their company that owns them is also the company that owns Fireball. He said, well, the sponsorship's not including that. He's like, maybe next year we throw into something like that, get another type of line.
So you have signs up saying like no alcohol in the barn though?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, at each doorway there would be a sign, but that's actually. I mean, we typically make the signs and we have a few
I'm gonna.
more permanent ones that are they're not very prominent. But I'll look and make I'll look to order a few more signed up.
He said I'm gonna sell Stanley's right next to it. Just
The
kidding.
concern on that one is you're gonna put it right in front of the door, people are gonna wanna go in.
You
And it's
mean,
gonna delay people, if they buy their drinks, they're gonna wanna go in and bid.
No, I'm gonna put it off. to the
it would
side.
be up to the side. It's so,
Still, it's still close to the door. If you don't, you gotta have somebody. at the
There's
door
like
to
6
stop.
stores there.
You're missing my point. My point is, if ABC comes in on a rare occasion and finds somebody in there because they just happen to walk in there because nobody caught them. Not everybody reads the signs, we're gonna be in trouble. That's where my liability lies on that. That's-
We aren't.
If you put it right by the door, I think if you moved it close to the front door, but not on the front door. I think if you're asking for trouble, because if we don't have somebody monitoring that door all the time. People are gonna walk in there because they're not gonna read the signs.
Well, all the doors are open, so they can walk in any door.
No, we're not liable for that. That'd be OBS, isn't it?
they're the ones with the liquor license,
Yeah.
yeah. But,
Well, don't be sure that we're not liable, because if something happens and they have a drink in their hand and somebody gets hurt, we are liable. The county's liable.
Pretty sure that's why we hired them, is because they have their insurance.
Still missing the point. We are the deeper pockets
Yeah.
and people will come after us. And again, I'm speaking because I have a law degree and I know what the liquor laws are, and I've owned restaurants all my life.
Okay.
And I know where these people, they look.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just what I'm saying.
No problem. And then for the concert, Kyle, for the national anthem.
Okay.
I am trying to get either 4-H or FFA kids to come do that. I have a couple people that I've reached out to. If they cannot do it, or I can't find someone, I was going to check with the Astoria High School band, because there's a lot of FFA kids in the band.
okay,
So having like a few of the band kids come do the national anthem with instruments instead,
oh, yeah.
what do you think?
I would probably wanna run it by Eric.
Yeah.
I think it sounds really cool, and just if there's something that fouls it up and it ends up taking more time, then it needs to would be the only concern. If it throws
As I-
off the production.
As I just said, that 4-H
Yeah.
kids just said, I think they're wanting to sing, so that might be a
Did they
possibility.
do both nights?
Yeah,
We don't
no, they wouldn't be able to do long shift.
we
Saturday.
don't necessarily need to have, and it'd be great too, but we don't necessarily have. to
Yeah,
have
no, Saturday would be a no.
Sure.
Unless they're
Another
not selling in
alternative
the
is
auction.
the Scandinavian Festival had their people sing every day at their Scandinavian Festival. You can invite them because they're the vendors here.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think having the 4-H or FFA kids means a lot, since this is all about really, at the end of the day,
But they're not
then,
available Saturday night. We've had to look for an alternative.
So we didn't do it previously on Saturday.
But you have to,
I
we
don't
have to,
think- I don't think
the
it-
point we're missing here. Is that this is not a 4-H fair, it's a county fair, and we're catering to 4-H a lot. But we're leaving a whole group of people we're not inviting to participate. And they're vendors and they spend a lot of money here at the fairgrounds. I'm just saying, we have to widen our search for people besides 4-H.
So if we didn't have the 4-H kids and the FFA kids, what would we have?
They can't do it 2 nights, they can only do it 1 night, they
That's,
need 2 nights. So why can't you open your mind a little bit here?
I didn't say they could not do it on Saturday.
I can't help it.
Maybe people that have pigs, as the order goes rabbits and poultry. Anybody that has larger animals.
What time is the auction, or what time does the concert start on Saturday?
Just focus on we're gonna focus on trying to get like this fair plan.
So I think I've got kids for Saturday night or for Friday night.
If you can get me names and contact information. that
Sounds
would
good.
be Great to put on the production schedule.
Yeah, so that would be right in the middle of our auction, but.
Yeah, and I don't think kids will wanna try to get over there and deal with that, especially if they're emotional with their animals
Yeah.
and.
But
That'll
they
be
get
tough.
somebody else to sing, that'd be fine.
Yeah.
It's not 4-H.
Did we have anyone last year? I don't remember having someone last year.
I think we did have something, I could check with Paige and see what she calls this, I'm pretty sure we had it.
Doors open at 6.
Yeah.
Opens at 7 and
And
Jack's
it's
closed
just
at 8.
something-
Oh, yeah, that was
Something
something,
to do with
it will be,
Yeah.
you know, the concert. Or the auction.
Was the Hispanic last year?
Yeah, they had the
Yeah.
Hispanic, oh, yeah,
That's why there was none last year, because it was the Hispanic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Two Hispanic bands would play.
yeah,
Yeah.
so you didn't do, yeah.
So, yeah. Sounds good.
It almost got, as they don't.
They didn't get it over there.
They fun.
Yeah,
For the Saturday night guy, it's Tony is.
Yeah.
They're excited about that Chet
all right.
Can't find any person.
That's
The other
awesome.
thing that can be done is we can-
On the
we can play-
Yeah, that's what she was saying.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, if any of the Scandinavian council people are here and they wanna do that, that's awesome Saturday.
Yeah, but you showed the place, that was cool.
I wonder if our voice of the fair guy can sing this now.
There we go.
You might be able to find someone from the pageant. That. I'll ask Bailey.
Yeah.
Or my daughter, if she knows anybody that from the pageant,
Yeah,
Yeah,
trying to think who sang last year, it's all a blur.
Okay, and what we'll do it is like have your backup plan to have a recording, but then like throughout the fair week. To
Yeah.
kind of, you know, see if you pick up on opportunities.
last year we did like a search, like we put it out there, that looking for somebody and,
Oh,
and
yeah,
I don't know if we had anybody.
no, we didn't,
And
I
then
wound
it was
up
like
asking
after
Ashley.
it closed, we just found someone.
That's
And after it closed, then we had like 3 people that were like,
You should see if.
I missed the opportunity, I wanted to do it.
Melissa's gonna be in town. Yeah. Stumble.
Oh, yeah, she could do Saturday, that would be good.
She's done it
Yeah.
times in the past, and she's
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah, so vendors is, basically what you see there,
Do you need
we're way
any
past the deadline.
help from board or anything as far as layout day or?
Yeah, I mean, I think we had the sign up schedules for having folks here on Tuesday.
Yeah, but I meant before that.
If anybody is available to be here on Monday, they come and help
Okay.
us work on this, 'cause we gotta run out power boxes and cables and. We've gotta get this barricade up in this area and blocked off so that. Tuesday morning when we show up, there's not just a bunch of people parked inside of the parking lot.
Like all the 4-H.
Promise we'll move our chopper.
Yeah. Um, That would be helpful.
Give
getting
a little
this laid
heads up,
out.
maybe by Friday, if we please send out, I'll be happy to help, try to block my calendar, but if you let us know, like, send out ahead of time. So maybe by Friday, like, about what time you think you can get started.
Yes,
So that 30.
yeah.
Long
days. Yeah.
Kind of give a general idea.
It was like, how far away is that? It's actually further away than it feels because the fair starts on Wednesday, so we do. An extra 8 hours.
Did
That's
we
huge.
ask the coffee vendor if they will come on Tuesday and what time they're willing to open?
I'm pretty sure that was part of my conversation with him. I have not had any recent discussions with
Will you
him.
just like, ooh, double check?
Like, yeah.
Or I
They
can,
want the
I can reach out to them
coffee
too, I don't mind.
I did have a conversation with Heather with A-Town Coffee, because she works for the Astoria.
Yeah.
And I was asking her about, what is the barrier for local folks to come and run fair coffee? She's like, honestly, it's, most places just only have one.
Yeah, it's the
espresso
setup.
machine,
Yeah,
and that's 10 grand, but the other side of it is just the manpower, it's like, we have to close our shop in order
And-
to run.
And that's the whole reason that Brew 22 was
yeah,
unable to jump on it, is because they did not have the staffing.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I was like, we're just trying to figure out if there was a different type of arrangement we needed to put together.
Yeah.
For a coffee vendor to move. But I think ultimately what we really need is we need twice as many people to come to the fair, and that's gonna be. the
I mean,
thing
I
that
think
makes
they're
it worth
gonna-
it to-
Make a ton of money, like they should. I feel like there's always a line.
I mean,
but-
it's about,
Maybe the
and this
chicken
was a
coop needs
5-day
to,
fair, but
maybe
it,
the chicken coop needs to invest in a.
Yeah, but that's, you know what?
Making that.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. That's not a good idea.
so looking back at the last 3 or 4 years, it's between $800 and $9,500 that they gross throughout the week.
Yeah. Not bad.
So I don't know what that compares to how much these folks are making in their storefronts, but
That's about how much I make.
yeah. For in your retail, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have anything else?
Volunteers, so looking to get Job Corps to cover the inflatables, we need to find volunteers to help with the parking. That was something that we were anticipating having, like, where our needs were still today, but,
Sounds
it
like,
was all day with the Astorian,
well, it sounds like Elise is still working with
the school.
the school, and it sounds like you, that temp that reached out, was really good at maybe
Yeah.
helping coordinate it. We get him a couple people.
And so that's 2 out of, like, I think what we were looking for was 3 people, like, in the mornings.
Mhm.
And I think even on Wednesday and Thursday, just 3 people, but then on Friday and Saturday, having 5 people each night.
Is Joel still on here?
I think so.
Joel, did you ever get to talk to LND?
I did not, but I will call him tomorrow and I'll
Okay.
update you.
Okay, sweet.
But we will update that list and say, these are the positions that we need to recruit for, and then the state changes, yeah, if you can let us know what the Thursday is, we've got 2 seasonals in Andrew. I think, I mean, that meets between those 3, and if I'm there, I think that meets the need for the sound company. Because that's all who shows up on Thursday, it's
Yeah.
not the band, but the bands, when they show up, if we don't have 6 bodies there.
Yeah.
They won't let us start unloading the bus.
Yeah.
And then I do have a contract coming with, impact staffing. And so whatever we can't find for volunteers, then I'll have to hire
Mhm.
the remainder of the parking folks with impact.
I'll send names for, if we're good on Thursday, I think that would relieve, what my plan was is for them to jump in the GB, run over, because there's just housing, run over, do it, run back to work on Thursday. So if we have people on Thursday where we don't have to worry about that, I won't push that issue.
Okay.
But I will get names for Friday, because I think they get in at 8, they'll do their little morning thing, they'll probably get in the GB, run over here, help do all of that,
Yeah.
and then go back to work for a while, and I'm assuming we'll give them concert tickets is pretty
Oh,
much
yeah,
what I had
for
said.
sure.
They'll come to the concert, hang out, and then they will stay and help do the loadout.
That'd be fantastic.
So that's the game plan.
If, if we have enough people and with, Tony and Matt and the 4-H boys, there's no reason why we couldn't be done by 2 or 3 o'clock on Thursday.
Yeah.
With everything that needs to be done.
Yep.
So.
Okay.
And then Friday is much stricter with Thursday is more like get it done so that we know it's done and we're not here till 2 AM.
So I have Friday, 9 AM.
That sounds about right. Ooh, let me look here.
And then 9:30 would be end of concert for loadout.
This is something he just sent this afternoon. Friday, arrival 8 a.m., load in 10 a.m. So he probably asked for 9 a.m. to make sure that people were here before the band shows up.
Mhm.
Load in 10 a.m., sound check 1:30.
So do we wanna say 9:30 for them then instead on Friday if they're showing up at 10?
Friday, sound check. He's saying 10 a.m. load check, so load in, so if they're here by 9 on, or 9:30 on Friday, that should be good.
I was like, what the hell? No one told me about that. And then I kind of forgot she has the same name as me, so never mind. I won't say anything.
About it at the
I know. That's why I just.
You didn't have it on your to-do list for that day, and I said.
Yeah, no, we're good. Okay, forgot.
Okay.
Yep,
Yeah,
totally
good.
forgot. She's got the same name.
Doesn't good.
Yeah,
Well, you see it says breakfast sandwiches from McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
that.
She does do that.
I am.
And then she
capable of
throws
that.
them in the back seat.
Correct.
so this is, that's the same conversation that's new for the last 2 years. The last two performers didn't request for breakfast, but
Dinner,
and
recommend
they,
this.
they are, and Andy has said that he's had to do breakfast in the past. It's so there was some discussion I saw in this message said, it depends, how much Andy's gonna charge for breakfast, because they could almost certainly get away with just getting McDonald's sandwiches for them for breakfast, so picking up something from a coffee shop or something.
For
The-
chicken sandwich. The help.
Yeah.
help for-
Take it out, chicken
Or
sandwich,
when
here you
it
go.
happens.
Would the food need to be here? Cause why couldn't we order from the chicken coop?
Yeah, the same, by the same way.
Yeah, I mean, it's gotta be, they will want breakfast,
That's perfect.
yeah,
I would say let's coordinate that.
okay, that's an option I can put on there.
And we could give them an option of, cause you guys do biscuits and gravy, right? We could give them like
Yeah.
two different options.
Yeah.
So some of that does matter, like they had said continental breakfast, but I know they have bacon that they're doing.
Yeah, they do
That's
bacon
also-
and sausage.
Yeah,
But
so-
these musicians, the roadies is one thing, but the musicians are gonna be pretty particular.
Yeah,
But if they're eating at McDonald's,
well, that's what I'm saying, is if you give them
They
option A,
said
B,
that
or
was an
C.
option, they said McDonald's was an
that's
option.
what Eric, our
Oh,
producer,
sweet.
was.
They're okay with that, I think, they would be okay with what you had here, I would imagine.
It'd be
Yeah,
better.
We
It'd
have
be
the
better.
same type of McDonald's sandwiches.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know,
Pretty
that's-
good.
yeah.
And
They're
better.
I agree.
Like,
Use chicken coop for sure.
He does not have a Thursday production meets on here, but. So Rodney, 8 a.m. on Friday. Breakfast at 9, lunch at noon, dinner at 5, security meeting at 5. Doors at 6, showtime. It's Rodney showtime is at 8.
Yeah.
Load out 9:30. Need merch zone, so. Thomas Mack arriving at 1:30, so we'll need folks here at 2 p.m. on Friday to help with Thomas's load in.
Okay,
Jack Roar coming in at 2 on Saturday. There should be nothing that needs to be done.
do we need 6 people as well on Friday at 2 p.m.?
I don't know that answer, but probably not. Probably 4 on Friday would probably be good. Plus we have
Yeah, but for Friday
for
at
Saturday.
9:30 and 9 p.m., we need 6.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And then I will send you Zach's information that it is confirmed for Friday, 2:30, 9 holes. At Astoria Golf and Country Club.
Oh, yes. So one thing that I do not know for sure is if it's actually Rodney or if it's just his band. But I don't know.
I mean, either way, whatever.
Right,
I just said it was the band and Rodney, but if it's not Rodney, then it's fine. We'll figure it out. Yeah, it's been like every year.
every year the band's asked for golf.
Okay, so go up, Friday morning is the only morning that they need breakfast, right?
Yeah,
So
then for Jackie, we're just doing dinner and then we'll have like snacks for their sound check.
they're arriving here at 8 a.m.
They are, yes,
Oh, my.
they're early folks.
And then the rest of their equipment is showing up at 10. Correct?
That appears to be what this says,
Okay,
load in at 10. So
so
they're arriving with their tour bus and then the band's gonna leave. And then just the the folks will be here with the tour bus and the
Correct.
equipment, we're doing all that, then they'll
Yeah.
come back at 1:30 for sound check.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
But if they want lunch at 9 or breakfast at 9, then is that for them? Do they need breakfast?
That is for them.
So are they not leaving then until then?
Hey, they're gonna leave sometime after the bus gets unhooked and they figure out all our spots and
Okay.
get their breakfast and go.
Okay, so for the chicken coop, who would we ask?
Teresa Arwood,
Okay,
there, I might have a number.
so do we want to get 3 options for breakfast?
It would be good to know what an option would be. And and I have Andy in the loop as well. He may be providing it. It just really depends on what Andy says.
I'll just send it to you now. I'll send it out.
It's like $1,000 to make
Okay.
breakfast, you know? But if he's like, it's gonna be another $100 to eat breakfast on top of what he's already doing.
It'd be easier for just to handle it, so you can't go wrong, right? At least can't blame you.
Yeah. So this email was what I needed to finish the conversation with Andy. I've given Andy a lot of guidelines on what we're looking, but told him I
Yeah.
still need headcounts and times for him.
Yeah,
There's
Okay.
that things, and that was coming.
check, so are you gonna check with Andy tomorrow then?
Yeah.
Okay,
He
check with
messaged
Andy.
me earlier today. and
Okay.
We've been going back and forth, but Eric's been promising this message
Yeah,
since Friday.
okay, well, talk to him, let me know, because if it is something that the chicken coop could do, I'm sure they would love to do that. It wouldn't be expensive, it's good food, we could
Yeah.
give them 3 options type
And
of
I
thing.
would probably rather have that than a continental breakfast at a hotel.
Yeah. So, just let me know, cause then I will talk to Teresa and get that figured out.
So I will send a message out tomorrow on where we are with volunteer needs.
Okay.
And then if we can get an answer on some of that so that I can get impact lined up to fill in the holes.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, cause. Yeah, okay,
So I'm sure there's 300 other things that.
Did you get the board member schedule as it started to fill out?
I think 50% of the board has filled out the schedule. I'll print that off as well tomorrow, because I'm gonna update what's filled out and what's not filled out. Figure out what we need, what our needs are on those.
I will check with vendors every morning. I will go around and talk to vendors every morning, so.
We need to check in with them every day at the end of the day, we gotta
Yeah.
get their.
Well, I'll get their-
payslips at the end of every day.
Well. Okay, we were normally grabbing them at the beginning of the day,
So we tell them that they're due at the end of the day.
right?
But then 2 or 3 of them. Are like, I don't have my stuff tallied yet, but.
Yeah, that's why it seemed to be easier to just check in with them every morning and be like, hey, how did yesterday go? Here's the like, I would take the totals, see if they needed anything for the day type of situation. And obviously, like, I can go throughout and check on them throughout the day too, but
And we'll track that and we'll know who's dropped it off at night
Yeah.
or if they're waiting until the morning. We also have a Dropbox too that they can drop it in.
perfect, okay.
But we'll keep tally so you're not.
Awesome.
Correct?
Yeah.
I was wondering how they gave that.
Okay.
Are
Anything
there
else?
any other questions or concerns that any of you have
You need anything else from us?
in Public Works? I haven't checked on the mowing, but it's looking really good.
I think she thought she was done today.
Yeah.
Might have a little bit more.
I haven't gone over there, but I saw the road was done, but I haven't gone down below. It's been a hectic last week, but it's looking really good.
Do you need any rock?
We had a massive pile that we spread out. The only spot that I would really like to see some more is just like right by the wash racks where you go up that corner.
Oh, yeah, that always gets muddy.
We got most of it, but we basically couldn't get the radius. It's probably 2 yards would probably be all we need to finish that off.
In fact, throw some in the shoulder machine.
Is it drain rock or is it required?
It was drain rock, but we
It
put
should be
3/4
drain
on
rock.
top of it.
I know, maybe.
Oh.
Yeah,
And
that
it was
always
grass.
gets
Yeah.
At this point.
Okay.
Any cones that you all have, the traffic control stuff that you have that we could borrow. We'll need to get the lights and the generator over
They
here.
started the generator today.
Yeah.
Made sure it was working and the lights.
If those could be over here by next Friday would be.
This next Friday, next week Friday.
Yeah,
The 25th.
yeah, that's when the campers will start moving in.
And you have that, you've done that field down there hit with water before they start moving in.
He's gonna mow it.
He's gonna mow it. Nathaniel's gonna mow it.
Yeah,
Make hay. It'll be short.
You don't need to.
we haven't ever watered it
No.
before that I know of, but, we could play that by ear and see if it's really dry. and
I mean,
it wouldn't hurt.
Driveway, but not.
One of the things is like the moment that he's done, there's RVs on top of it.
There's what?
RVs.
Right.
I just told him to save our spot, right? At the tractor, just leave it there. So I get both in.
The other
Then you
thing,
can move
not for
tractor.
this fair, but the other thing that everybody can keep in mind is, so today we have extra oil for chip sealing.
Okay.
And if in the future, if we do that, if you would be interested in chip sealing the road going down to the RV.
Yeah, like resurfacing the thing with chip seal. Yeah, if,
And then it would be no dust, it would
That would
be,
be nice.
can you chip seal on the top of the gravel that goes down on the exit road?
that's what I'm talking about.
That's what he-
Okay, yeah, that would be awesome.
I mean, in future, like,
If you guys have stuff that you gotta clean out of the truck anyways, that would be awesome. I mean, even oiling some of the gravel is helpful with dust.
yeah, cause then it wouldn't be dusty going up there, up and down and.
Yeah, they go in and go down the other road and
Right.
then come out the gravel.
You're talking this road.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know, we're gonna have to get this entire thing chopped down. I don't know how much of it she was able to get.
she probably did as much as she could reach.
And then we'll get Brendan out there to hit the rest of it with the weed eater, but it would be great if after the fair, if we could come in here with an excavator and level this. Cause there's like a flat spot and then a knob and then a steep slope. If
My
it was all
other-
just one
Can
consistent
we do
grade.
that?
My other thing
Yeah.
too was I was thinking about, isn't that all blackberries?
Everything's blackberries.
Yeah,
This is all
they're all
blackberries. and this is all
Because, like,
blackberries.
At some point, we could just like go hose it with trichopyr.
Yeah, get all
Make the
that brush
blackberries.
out of there so it's just grass.
And the best time to do that would be like October, 1st of October.
Oh, yeah.
It would be great to do this nub and it would be great to do this whole hillside right here.
Cause then it wouldn't hurt the grass, it would just get the blackberries.
Maybe not saying that to burn.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And we could, hand spray the spots that get, when you get near the garden, but if this didn't have any
I think, you
bunch
want-
grass or blackberries or everything in there, it would weed eat so much faster.
so I can put that on my list for October.
Like, we get a culvert in here and then he'll get all this mowed.
Yeah, that would be nice.
So, yeah, I can, after the fair, I'll call on some locates and make sure there's nothing here. I'm certain there's not, but
But is it part of like any of the wetlands, like?
No.
can we move-
the wetlands, it starts down at the bottom.
Okay,
Yeah,
So this is all good to go.
it was all built up, 'cause that was the classrooms and the houses that I lived in over there.
Really?
It almost
Yeah.
looked like somebody
Yeah.
tried to make it easier to mow right here,
That
but
was-
it's so, you can't run a machine over
Yeah.
it, it's so ruddy. It
Right.
just needs somebody to spend a half a day with an excavator. and Get it nice and graded. A good operator to come there and get it nice and graded.
We don't have any of those.
and then Rascal Rodeo, we have, I think, 4 horses. We're hoping for a 5th. And then
I do not have a horse.
I would like to know, I do, but I ain't doing that. It would be a rodeo. But is there a way to touch base with them and see where they're at with signups for volunteers?
That was something I had thought about last week and then it went in and went out by the end of the day.
Okay. And
And it'd
then,
be good to know volunteer wise and attendee wise.
yeah, cause I have I wanna make sure that Charles, have their group signed up. I sent her the link, but there's no way for me to verify that they signed up. And
Right.
then I just wanna make sure that the people that we've talked to, are signed up for to be a volunteer as well. And then tickets posted tomorrow. We'll take some of those flyers. I wanna go, maybe, I know we're like right on the corner. I don't even care if I have to come up, but the bathrooms, trying to figure out what we can do for the bathrooms before, because that's such a, like,
Yeah, I mean, we could walk in there now,
everyone uses.
they're pretty clean.
Okay.
You're watching.
We scrub the walls
Even
And then-
scrubbing the walls, it just doesn't like.
and then we floor scrub the floors. And then after the first day, everything in there's gonna be covered with dust.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just get a beat dust nose for that thing.
and then the other bathrooms up above, those are really good, they're always wet and.
Yes, those are gross.
Yeah.
Maybe some new shower curtains.
Yeah, shower curtains. I know, check the shower nozzles. We always have, Tom has like 6 shower heads, cause he'd go up and replace them all because they were blocked and didn't work.
Yeah.
He'd go up and replace them
One
every
of
year.
them was just broken, and it's like, what the heck?
Yeah,
But my assumption is just that somebody was here camping and they bring their own head with them.
yeah, or
and go
something,
camping
yeah.
Someplace, and when they go
Wow.
take the shower.
Yeah, but they were
Swap it on,
like,
and
oh,
then
so
they
Tom
swap
would,
it off.
yeah, he would go up and I'm like, Tom, it doesn't work, so he'd go in there, he's like, okay, watch the door, I'll go in. Take stuff on the throat.
Okay, that's perfect. Okay,
Coming.
can't think of anything else at the very moment.
I
think
have
we're-
one, I have one thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I had a few comments. Like I'm up, yeah, transcribe.
So can we dole out any of these sponsor packets to you guys?
Yes, I have my list that I'll take them.
Question.
Oh, I had
Yes.
one comment from from a few of the 4-H parents. There was a lot of rat poop in like all of the cages and stuff that we were putting out. They were wondering why we don't have commercial pest service out here.
We do have bait traps out
Okay,
everywhere.
I'll tell them that. then.
There was a pile of straw left in the back of our barn last year, and I think it became a rat nest, which is right where those are stored.
Yeah,
We've done a lot of housekeeping in the back of that barn now that, I've been here for several years, and we were able to get everything out so early, and then we walked through and had a lot of conversation about what is in here that hasn't been touched, and we cleaned it out quite a bit. It's much cleaner than it's been since I've been here. So hopefully that helps.
Okay. Perfect.
and I think we're pretty much set up, I think we got everything set up in there.
I know I wanna go see,
It looks
because I
really
wasn't
good.
here.
Oh, no, no. Looks
Jace was
good.
here, Jace was here and Dave was here.
I saw, yeah, they were, yeah, it looked really good, I think, yeah,